Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Now I have watched videos on the VC where people have taken their favourite double albums and made them into single albums to see what they'd be like. Obviously taking the best tracks off each, and the last one I watched was Beatley Tone doing the Beatles' White Album. Now please check out Beatley Tone's channel, it is absolutely hilarious. He's from London and he's a West Ham supporter, but I won't hold that against him. But I thought I'd go the other way around. Now I've often said on my channel that the album Young Americans by David Bowie would have made a great double album because of the amount of outtakes. So I'm going to race through Young Americans, and then I'm going to show you when I heard the actual outtakes, and then I'm going to compile what I think is the brilliant double album. And in fact, Young Americans is one of my favourite Bowie albums. I think I ranked it number 3 when I did the ranking about 4 years ago. I would still probably put it around 3, possibly 2. I'll never get number 1 because that's Diamond Dogs, end of. So Young Americans was released in 1975 and it contained 8 tracks, and it's an absolutely blindingly good album. It opens up with the title track Young Americans, then The Beautiful Wind, which is a gorgeous ballad, Fascination, which is a real good funky track, although I think most of it was nicked from Luther Vandross, even though Vandross does get a credit on this. Right is an absolutely brilliant song, and the vocal interchange with the backing singers is brilliant. Then you get the gospel-y Somebody Up There Likes Me, which I absolutely love. And then the one that splits fans is Across the Universe. I absolutely love this. It's nothing like the Beatles version, and I think that Bowie's vocals in this are absolutely amazing, especially near the end. Then you get the beautiful ballad Can You Hear Me, and then the number 1 hit Fame. So we've got 8 tracks here that makes a single album. So I'm going to go through what else would be put on this album, and then I'll give you my track listing. Well, the first outtake to be released from the Young American sessions was in 1979, and it's John, I'm Only Dancing Again. Now this is 7 minutes long. It's not the same as the John, I'm Only Dancing single, apart from the words of the chorus are the same. But this is a soulful, groovy tune, and it is absolutely magnificent, and it was supposed to be on the Young Americans album, even whenever it was to be called The Gouster, which we'll come to, but it was dropped at the very last moment. It did chart in 79, it got up to number 12, in fact it had the same position as the original John, I'm Only Dancing single, so that is going to be included. The next outtake we heard was from this, and this is the David Bowie Sound and Vision box set. Now this is the 3rd reissue of it. I couldn't afford the original one when it came out in 1989, and the track off this is called After the Day. Now After the Day is a good little funky tune. It's probably the weakest of all the demos though, but it is still really good enough to be on the album. And I'm telling you, the demos around this time, any other artist would break your arm for them because they are absolutely magnificent. And After the Day is of 3 minutes 51, so it's not a very long song, but it's a good up-tempo tune, and I think it deserves to be on the album. Now the next I heard about any of the other demos was with this, and this is the Young Americans Riko. Well, it's the Sound and Vision here, but it's Riko in America. Reissue of the album, and I think this was 1991 or 1998 it came out. Now this featured John, I'm Only Dancing the full version as well. However, 2 other songs, Who Can I Be Now, which is a really good sax laden song, and It's Gonna Be Me, which is one of his best ever songs, never mind for the Young American sessions. It's in my top 10 of all Bowie songs. It's a real slow burning song with gorgeous vocals, so atmospheric, so soulful, and it's absolutely magnificent. Now Who Can I Be Now was 4 minutes and 42, and It's Gonna Be Me is 6 minutes and 30, so they are quite long songs. Now with those 4 altogether, I'm thinking, yeah, we could nearly make a double album, but it would be quite a short one. However, I noticed in YouTube there was a little video which gave snippets of two other songs, but they're only about 30 seconds long, and they were brilliant. And the two songs were Laser, or I Am Laser, or The Gouster, I'm not too sure exactly what you call it, and Shilling the Rubes, and both of those sounded great. Now, the thing is, I got this CD a few weeks ago, and this CD actually I don't think it's official, but it includes those two songs in full demo form. So Shilling the Rubes is 4 minutes and 51, and Laser, as it's called here, and in brackets The Gouster, is 5 minutes 20 if you take away the studio banter at the start of it. But those two songs were absolutely magnificent, so they are. Now, Laser itself was reused for Scream Like a Baby in 1980 for the Scary Monsters album. The melody of the chorus was. But this is a much better song with better constructed verses, and how it didn't get on the Young Americans, I do not know. And Shilling the Rubes is another almost slow burning song, slow to medium pace, but it's absolutely brilliant again, and his vocals are fantastic. Now, The Gouster did come out, which was going to be the original name of the album, as part of the Who Can I Be Now box set. So the actual demo got its name onto the box set, and this is the way I would release it, with this cover and not the Young Americans cover. And yeah, this is a good album, but this failed in a way because it didn't include The Gouster, or Laser, whichever one you want to call it, and it didn't include Shilling the Rubes, but it did include It's Gonna Be Me, Who Can I Be Now, and John I'm Only Dancing Again, as well as a couple of different mixes from the Young Americans tracks. But my double album for Young Americans, and if you're a Bowie fan and you know these songs, let me know what you think, because I think it would be one of the best double albums ever. I really do. So I would start off side one with John I'm Only Dancing Again, and then go into Win, just the way Young Americans does, and then Fascination, and that's it for side one. And that's 17 minutes and 36 seconds. Side two for me would open with Young Americans, and going into Right, Shilling the Rubes, oh wonderful, and then finishing side two with Across the Universe, because I like the way his vocals really go at the very end of that song, and it would be a really good way to finish that side. Side three I would open with Fame. I always thought it was unfair for such a big hit single, especially in America, to be stuck at the very last song on an album. So it would open side three, and then you'd go into Laser, and believe me, if you hear it, it's great. You should hear it on YouTube now. And then Can You Hear Me, the gorgeous ballad, and then the very sax laden Who Can I Be Now. And my side four would be starting off with Somebody Up There Likes Me, which opens side two of Young Americans, great gospel type song. Then the funky After Today, and then finishing with It's Gonna Be Me. Now side two comes in at 18 minutes and 59, side three 1931, and side four at 16:57. So we have a bit of a range from 16:57 to 19:31, which is not too bad. But overall, the time for the double album would be 73 minutes, which is your normal time for a double album. I think ELO's Out of the Blue is something very similar, and I don't think the Rolling Stones is much more than that anyway, with Exile on Main Street. But to me, a fantastic double album, and here is the cover and the track list. Okay, so if you've any thoughts on this, please let me know, but I think this would be fantastic. I'm going to do another one of these, by the way, somewhere down the line, but it will be completely different in that most people will totally disagree with me, because I'm taking an artist, one of his worst albums, and making it into a double album. But I have reasons for that, but we'll come to that whenever we come to that. Okay, that's me for now. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.